What's up, everybody? Welcome to podcast now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Bully 2. Yet again, I've talked about Bully 2 a couple times on this channel. I wanted to take a different approach, another discussion-like approach on this one. And I want to talk about if Bully 2 is impossible to make. Now, we've mentioned this a little bit in past videos, but I really wanted to address it. I kind of want to put it in one package because I think there's a lot to talk about with this game, and also, again, like its possibility of eventually happening. Because I should say very early on, by the way, I'm a huge fan of this franchise. Franchise meaning technically one game, right? But I truly do want Bully 2. I've always been rooting for Rockstar to do that before GTA 6. As the months go on and on and on, it really does seem like GTA 6 is next up. Fine, you know, I like GTA as well. I just really would have preferred Bully 2. And Bully 2 has gone through a lot of different phases, and we've talked about that in kind of like news-like fashion, where it seems like from insiders, actually, I feel like even from the company, people in the company themselves have said it, the game was actually being worked on, and it stopped around 2017. Now, there's a lot of people out there, including myself, that do believe, well, just because you put a game down doesn't mean you can't pick it back up again. And with that many years in between, because it actually had been picked up and down, right? They had worked on it, they put it down, I think they went back to it, and then they officially said, no, okay, we're just not going to do it. There was just like too much there. And, you know, fine, if they couldn't get it to work, they couldn't get it to work. And you could argue that's one layer of this. So, like, is Bully 2 impossible? Well, they tried it. It seemed like they tried it for a good year to 2 years. They tried to make it, and then obviously things went wrong, and they just never ended up, continuing it. So you could argue that. Again, I believe that you could go back to it. I believe that it's possible. They've already gone back to it. The biggest thing, because I don't think a Bully 2 is impossible. I think the potential, and this was another video idea floating around my head, and I could definitely do this if you guys want me to. The potential of Bully 2 is enormous. The fun you could do and have in this game, like what they could actually make. Think about Red Dead, and then picture like 3 years later what Rockstar could do on next gen. We're gonna see, I think, a lot of it with the next GTA. So then even picture the next GTA and then magnify that even more. That could be a Bully 2. And obviously in the Bully kind of universe, it would be so honestly surreal that it would be incredible. And it's on, you know, I have a lot of games. The more I make videos, the more I have this channel, the more a lot of games, like wish list kind of games, float in my head. I have a long list, but Bully 2 is definitely on it and is one that I want to see. The biggest thing, and we've talked about, and this is what I kind of wanted to put all together, is this. The conundrum with Bully 2 is, I think, like the demand for it and who would actually buy it. That's the biggest thing. Because when it comes to what they have, well, okay, well, Take-Two, obviously the publisher, right, the owner of Rockstar, they have a huge portfolio of games, not just from Rockstar, but they own like the BioShock franchise, they own the Mafia franchise, they own a lot of different things, right? The Rockstar brand and all of the games that they've done, which includes like L.A. Noire, by the way, those are all like potential things, but they also own more than that. But when you look at just Rockstar, okay, because I think somebody in Rockstar would have to be the ones to make a Bully 2. They could, of course, Take-Two, they don't have to, by the way, Rockstar doesn't have to be the ones to do this. Take-Two could find another studio out there that'd be willing to do it and give it to them. But I think just with these games that have such high profile, you need somebody you need a Rockstar studio, one of them, and there are many of them, but you need one of them to make this, okay? I think on the same way, like Team Bondi made L.A. Noire, and obviously they closed. I think probably that would just cycle into a Rockstar as well. So you'd probably need a Rockstar studio to make the next L.A. Noire, which honestly is very, very possible. So you have a lot of games floating out there. Obviously, there's a Red Dead 3 that would eventually come at some point. But that's kind of my point. That's the biggest thing. That's where the conundrum comes in, is people want Bully 2. Okay, I'm not saying that there's nobody that wants Bully 2. There's a vast amount of people online that want Bully 2. But you see the money machine that is GTA, okay? It is insane. GTA 5 is still selling, and more than that, like the GTA Online ecosystem is enormous. It makes them incredible amounts of money every single year. It's disgusting how much it makes. And you got to think, like, okay, well, eventually you introduce the next, like just the next version of that with GTA 6, and you have a GTA 6 Online, which would, I believe, because they said like Red Dead's online, GTA 5's online, those were the last ones that would come free with the game. So I believe with GTA 6, this is not confirmed, but this is based off of everything they've said leading up until this point, it would be GTA 6 and then there'd be a GTA online experience, but they would not be attached. Buying GTA 6 does not mean that you bought the multiplayer. So that is what I'm expecting. I think a lot of people probably have forgotten about that, and then when that happens, they're going to be very, very mad. But they have told us that for many, many years that was the plan. Now maybe they've backtracked on that, maybe they will backtrack on it. But again, the point I'm making is that is most likely next up. Now I've tried to be in denial as long as I humanly possibly can for a long time on that, because again, I really think for the longest time people had set it up, and I don't think Rockstar, I don't think Take-Two, by the way, I don't think they've ever set up that it was like this competition, but I think a lot of fans online, including myself, I will admit it, have kind of looked at this and said, okay, you had Red Dead 2, now you have a crossroads, and do you do Bully 2 or GTA 6? And that's been a discussion we've even had on this channel for almost like 2 years. Ever since like Red Dead 2 came out, I've talked about that here sporadically, right? But that's the biggest thing is I think that GTA 6 wins. I think it always, and even when I was making those videos, I said I really... like, I would want Bully 2 out first, but I don't see it because GTA is this money-making machine, and you gotta bring us... It's been so long, if you think about it. It's been a long time since GTA 5, and you also have Next Gen, so that is going to bring a whole lot of new people, just people all around the world, people of all ages. People are going to get that system. People are going to be looking for that next GTA game, and GTA, by the way, will also be a system seller. You're going to buy Next Gen for GTA 6. You truly will. Or maybe not you, but people around the world will. So I think it's kind of assured GTA 6 wins out. But the problem is, like I've said in other videos, then what happens? Then you honestly go through the exact same thing. Well, do you do Bully 2 or do you do Red Dead 3? Now, yes, again, there's other games they could have. I mean, there could be an LA Noire. They could bring back another like old Relic kind of game. But really, in my opinion, it's, I think, like a three-way race between Red Dead, GTA, and like LA Noire. I honestly feel like they would shift. LA Noire is definitely like that third title, the one that's least guaranteed of the three. But you honestly do go back and forth between Red Dead and GTA. And why? And I'm not blaming them, because why wouldn't you? I mean, Red Dead is insane. I mean, that sold insane amount of units as well, right? And that's still doing well now. So why wouldn't you continue to go back and forth between these games? And Bully 2, even LA Noire, although I think LA Noire is more in their plans, they've talked about that game. They've talked about that game as a franchise, which is an interesting set of words to use. Really, it's just one word, but it's an interesting label to put on something where there's only one game in it. Now, yeah, there's like the VR files, and it's been remastered like 15,000 times. Like, there are more than one version of it, but it is just one base game, and they've referred to it as a franchise, meaning they want it to be a franchise. And that's, again, that's been long talked about. There's been lots of rumors that an LA Noire 2 could be happening. So I do think that is the third game, and maybe to them, they believe that game would actually do better than a Bully 2, because truly what it comes down to is what they believe. Do they believe that these games are going to sell? Because, again, if you're them, and I get it, game developers make the people on the ground level making these games, the programmers, the artists, all these different people, they're making it because they love to do it, because they want to show us, the consumers, their vision. But at the top of it, at the top of Rockstar, at the top of Take-Two, they're making games for money. I mean, you make a game to sell the game to make a profit, just like you make a movie to put the movie out to make money back. You need to make, otherwise you lost millions or hundreds of millions or tens of millions. You lost money. So at the end of the day, the business side of things is it needs to sell well. And I'm not saying Bully 2 wouldn't sell well. In fact, every single video I've always said, I think it would sell extremely well. In fact, I think it would sell surprisingly well to what Rockstar thinks. But will it sell GTA levels? No. You got to be blatantly honest at some point, and I think the answer to that is no. It will never sell. Bully 2 would never sell as well as GTA 6. Would Bully 2 sell as well as Red Dead 3? Absolutely not. And that's the biggest conundrum. Now, I guess the final one, which is one we've never talked about, is Bully 2 or LA Noire 2. Which one would sell more? That one, I think Rockstar may think LA Noire. I think Bully. And you could also argue that a lot of the stuff I'm talking about, maybe it's not true because they were trying to make a Bully 2. But again, you could arrange it in the way I'm talking about as well, where yeah, they were making it, but again, why exactly? Because they never really said why exactly they've quit, right? Like, why did they put it down? Was it maybe because it was going to get too expensive? Was it because who pulled the plug on it? That's a thing to take into consideration. Who pulled the plug on it? And ultimately, if they did think it was going to be this huge money maker for them, they would have kept investing. They would have, at some point, you would say, like, no, you just keep going. Like, do you guys have an idea for it? Do you guys have some sort of, like, far out there concept that you just need more time or need more resources for? And if they say, well, yeah, that is our problem, then they say, okay, well, then just do it because we know we're going to make an enormous amount of money back. And obviously, something like that didn't happen. Now, again, does that 100% mean that, like, that, what I'm trying to say is going on? No. I'm just, at the end of the day, this whole video, I'm just speculating. All of these numbers, all of these things I'm saying one would sell more. I mean, it's just me thinking that. But I truly, I really don't see how you could convince me otherwise. That I truly don't think Bully 2 would sell as well as GTA 6 or Red Dead 3, and that's the biggest thing is Rockstar, again, there's more than one studio, and sometimes studios help out, but there's more than one studio, but they're all working on stuff, or some could be working on stuff that we don't know, but they're all busy, and ultimately, you have to pick the games that you maybe think are going to sell the most, and maybe that's how Rockstar does it, and they're also gifted, again, with these franchises that are like this. It's not like they're running out of ideas, or it's not like some franchises have died out, so they need to go back and reach for other ones. If GTA and Red Dead were to start dying out, then I guarantee you they would reach back for Bully 2 and say, okay, let's try this out. But the problem is, it's going the exact opposite, which is not a bad thing, because I like GTA 5. I loved Red Dead 2. They're going in the opposite direction. They're doing better than ever before. They're setting industry records for sales and money being given to Rockstar and to Take-Two. So why, you know what I mean? Like that right there, it's like, well, they don't really need the help. They don't really even need to risk. And now you could also argue, well, because they're making so much money from those games, they could risk, not making as much on a Bully 2. And I would agree with you. I'm not making this video to say I don't think it'll ever happen. I do think Bully 2 will one day be made. I truly, truly do. I think I still have the theory that they're still making it right now. I really do believe that. So I think this game will one day come out. I just do recognize the difficulties, and anybody that wants a Bully 2, we all kind of have to look in the mirror and say, well, here's some of the obstacles preventing it, and honestly, they very much seem real. Based off of everything we've seen with all of Rockstar, with all of Take-Two, they all seem very, very real. But guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Do you think Bully 2 could one day happen? Do you think it's an impossible game to make? All those things, let me know. Make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel, Podcast Now. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up, and I'd love to make more Bully 2 videos, going forward on this channel. Let me know if you guys would like that. Give me some suggestions for videos that you would like to see Bully 2 related, and I'll absolutely do it, okay? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all on the next video.